What is up, you guys? It's Jesse. Welcome to like a mini-sode of the Comic Corner. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, it's January 15th, the day that I'm recording this, and probably gonna upload it. I don't know. I do work in a couple hours and stuff, so we'll see. But today is January 15th, which means that this is the premiere day for Wandavision on Disney Plus. For those of you who don't know, Wandavision is a spin-off show, well, spin-off in the fact that it like ties in and stuff. I don't know. It's a show that ties into the Marvel MCU movies. So like Infinity War, Endgame, Avengers, all that stuff. This show ties into it, and it's sort of its own thing. Um Only the first two episodes are out right now, but I wanted to just do this video just to, I don't know, just to if I'm being honest, I wanted to ride the high of views and stuff that WandaVision reviews and stuff are getting right now. But other than that, I just wanted to really talk about what my predictions were in last week's Comic Corner stream and how. All right, I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna go into a little bit of a spoilery zone. There's not gonna be a lot of editing on this video either, so I really apologize for that. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go to spoilers. So if you haven't watched the first two episodes of WandaVision, go do it. Straight up, pretty good show. I really like it. My like only complaint I'd have about it is it requires a lot of your previous knowledge about the other Marvel movies. You need to sort of like have a base understanding for most, like pretty much Infinity War, and I think you'd be fine. If you watched Civil War onward, you'd be okay. Um but you do need a base sort of like knowledge of what's going on in the Marvel universe for the show to actually matter to you. Other than that, it's just kind of a normally sitcom Truman Show kind of thing. It's still good. I still really like it. The style is definitely like they mastered that vibe of like 50s 60s sitcom in these first two episodes. And I'm excited to see what other decades of sitcoms, what that looks like for them. Because the second episode ends on a very good note leaning towards that. Anyway, so yeah, we're from here on out, it's spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, go watch those first two episodes, come back, leave a comment if you have any questions or anything like that. And or if you have any predictions about what's gonna happen in the show, then do it. So yeah, for those of us who have watched the show, and for any of you who made it to my streams on Monday, dude, I think I've called it. I think I straight up have called the show. There's definitely a thing thrown in here where I'm not really sure how it fits into my theory, but my theory seems to be very accurate to what's happening in the show. So for those who couldn't make it to last Monday's stream when we did Comic Corner, I predicted that my main theory for the show for WandaVision, the big twist was going to be that it seems like it's this Truman Show kind of thing, and it seems like it's this like evil government keeping them there. I predicted that it was actually Scarlet Witch using her reality-altering powers to do all these things and make it look like a sitcom and everything like that. From watching the show, that very much still seems like it could be the case. The thing that they threw in here is they seem to have included Sword, which is super cool. We kind of had a feeling that Sword was going to show up at some point in these future Marvel projects, ever since Far From Home. But really, like, the events of Endgame definitely, like, tee up Sword being formed. And for those of you who don't know, Sword is basically S.H.I.E.L.D., but, like, galaxy-wide things. Like, S.H.I.E.L.D. monitors Earth and Earth's heroes and Earth's events and things like that, and Earth weaponry and technologies and things like that. Sword operates in space usually. So I'm not really exactly sure why they're here, like monitoring Scarlet Witch. But again, so Sword could also just be like, instead of being just space, it could also have to deal with like alternate reality stuff or like Omega level mutants and things like that, since we are going to be starting to get the X-Men and the mutants and starting to show up in the MCU. Not full on X-Men movies at this phase, of the Marvel movies, but we're supposed to be getting hints and things towards that. We're supposed to be getting that slow ramp up to that. So there's definitely some scenes where it very much seems like it could go either way. It could either be it's all Shield and Wanda is just trapped there and stuff like that, or it's all Wanda and Sword is just monitoring her. And I think that's what it is. My prediction didn't include Sword initially. But yeah, it's very clearly Sword. The Sword logo is literally all over the place in the shows, on the back of people's uniforms. Ooh, I'm sorry, I bumped the mic. On the back of people's like uniforms, like that beekeeper guy at the end of the second episode, and there's at the end of the very first episode, there's I don't know, it's obviously a Sword agent, writing in a Sword pamphlet book and things like that, monitoring Wanda and Vision. So yeah, I'm fairly certain that I called it. I don't think it was that hard to predict. If I could predict it, if I was able to predict that, that's man, oh man. But it just goes to show. I'm fairly certain that's still what the twist of the show is going to be. I'm fairly certain that's still the whole point of the show, is to show like Scarlet Witch at her maximum. Like, this is her power level getting ramped up. Because when you start the show, she's already doing things that, as far as Marvel moviegoers know, they have no clue that she could do that. So there's parts where she reverses time on certain objects, or just reverses time in general when you watch episode 2. And then there's parts where she just like creates matter out of thin air, which is something she's always been able to do using chaos magic and things like that. But as far as the Marvel movies go, she's never really been able to do that. She's more or less just been telekinetic, basically. She's more or less just been telekinetic and, able to do stuff with her mind and things like that. But this is straight up like reality altering stuff like Molecule Man would do and things like that. So I'm really curious, and I'm hoping to see that they keep going with this, because it's very good. I love it very much. And yeah, well, I guess that's it for today, guys. This was just like a quick check-in / review of WandaVision, and to sort of I don't know, iron out what my theory of the show was. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little mini episode. We might do this more often if there's ever like specific topics or anything like that you guys want me to cover. I've been thinking about doing one on them officially announcing Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher in the new Thor movie. I've been thinking about doing that instead of putting that in stream, because I love talking to you guys on streams. There's not a lot of you that tune into streams anymore, it doesn't seem. So who knows? Let's see how this video does. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. It was so awesome to hang out with you guys at the Comic Corner. And yeah, later days.